Hi everyone, so good to see you again. Welcome back to this week's episode of Closed by Mo. My name is Mohammed. You can call me Mo. Everyone calls me that. I'm a real estate investor and broker based out of New York City. Now, in this week's episode, we're going to talk a little bit more about the New York City rental market, and what I'm referring to is called the New York City Real Estate Housing Lotto. Basically, New York City has a system in place that is very much set up like a lottery system where applicants can apply for affordable housing units in new developments in and around the different boroughs of the city in hopes that they get accepted or win a unit in the building itself. Without further ado, let's jump right into this, explaining the ins and outs of it and whether or not you or me think it's a good idea. Let's go. Now, the official name for the New York City Housing Lotto system is called the Housing Connect program, right? It was an initiative, or it is an initiative, designed to provide affordable housing options to individuals and families with moderate to low incomes. Basically, what this means is whenever you see a new development going up in New York City, it's like a big, huge multifamily tower or multifamily commercial property. What effectively happens is a few units in the building itself will be allocated for affordable housing. Now, of course, you have millions and millions of people in the city, and a large chunk of those people have affordable housing vouchers, or fall under the median level income for that particular area where that new development is going up. So what the city does in order to sort of level the playing field is they'll introduce a lotto system for those specific units themselves that are already allocated for affordable housing. So anyone that falls under a specific income criteria for that zip code or for that neighborhood is allowed to put in their name in the hat for that unit itself, in hopes that their name will be called up in the particular lotto itself. Now, this doesn't apply just for rentals, but it might also apply for purchasing of those units as well at below market rates. So regardless of whether you're renting or purchasing, if your name is called from the lotto system because you're eligible for it, you'll be renting or purchasing at a below market rate compared to other units in the building itself. Now, a few key components of that lotto system is the eligibility criteria. Now, to participate in the lotto system, and I know because I've tried this, I've created my own account too just to poke around with it, you have to make sure you meet a very specific income criteria that's set by the city. If you are above this income criteria, unfortunately, you are not able to participate in the lotto system for that particular unit. So you have to understand that the city knows it's trying to curb through people that already make a good chunk of income, for preventing them from participating in the lotto, or preventing them from at least winning the units that are allocated for that lotto system. Of course, this requirement varies from household size to different neighborhoods and different zip codes, because different areas will have different median incomes. Now, the application process itself is pretty straightforward. I've also done it directly online just to poke around with it. You basically fill out your basic information in the website, you create an account, and then you sort of put your hat in the ring for these different units in the different areas itself. It doesn't mean that once you apply, or once you put your hat in the ring, that you're automatically going to be accepted should your name be picked out, because you still have to go through the entire verification check. The city is going to make sure that you do actually fall underneath the area median income, and that your income is, and household size is justified for that affordable housing unit itself. Of course, there's a selection period where there's a certain time window that everyone has to submit their lottery applications by, and then the computerized system will basically pick from that entire list of people. Again, I want to stress that you're still going to be required to do income verifications as well as interviews. The city is not just going to willy-nilly give you this just because you put your hat in the ring in the lottery system, or else everyone would be doing it. There's a few considerations to be made, especially if this is something you are considering if you're watching this video. With the New York City Housing Connect program, it's very straightforward to create your account. Maybe I'll put a couple screenshots here, but you have to do your research for these applications itself, because they make it so easy for people just to click a couple of buttons and put their hat in the ring. My guess is they're overwhelmed with millions of applications, or millions of lottery system submissions for every single unit. So you have to be very mindful of how you're going through your application process, because let's say your name is picked from the lotto system, you have to make sure you match your eligibility criteria to that unit itself. So for example, that unit might be located in a very low income area, so the requirement for that median income might be a lot lower, where your income may be higher than that requirement, but your income might still be within range for another unit in a higher income area. So you have to make sure, because then you're going to be applying with those same credentials to both units, and one of those units you're going to be eligible for, but the other unit you're not going to be eligible for. So you have to be smart about what you're doing, and of course you have to make sure you're submitting your application in a timely manner within the deadline that's specified in the Housing Connect program on the website as well. Now, this is something I've heard anecdotally. I have no research to back this up. However, I do know that people that have, submitted their name in the ring for the lotto system, what they've said is it takes quite a few iterations. You're not going to be getting it right away, obviously, because there's a lot of other people in it. But they said if you keep doing it for every single unit, you increase your chances of getting accepted, or at least your name getting picked out. And from what I checked last from the census data, or the data that's available from the city, I think the acceptance rate for those housing lottery systems, from all the applications included, was 0.1%. That's less than the Harvard undergraduate acceptance rate. But you have to understand, they're taking in data from all the applications, so it's not just eligible people. There's a lot of people out there that are ineligible because they make too much money, God bless, but they're still putting their name in the ring, submitting their information or different applications for every single unit multiple times. So that does clog up the numbers quite a bit. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, learning more about the New York City housing lotto system. I know I had a lot of fun researching and even creating my own housing lotto account. I don't think I'm going to be eligible for any of the units, but I'll still give it a shot. Who knows, maybe I'll get one, but probably unlikely. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.